Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 5 of Sunday Night Live. Like usual, we'll wait a few moments for some people to arrive, and then we'll get started with tonight's episode. Welcome everyone. Christopher, Cynthia, Tina, Justin, Carla, Linda, Ludafan, Rose, Trevor, Jacob, Tammy, Tom, Amanda, Jenny, June, welcome. Adam, Pan, Spooky, here's Matt, Mike, Barbara. Yes, how about this weather? I took great advantage of it today. Spent all day exploring, and you saw the photos, obviously. Hey, Jason, April, Susan, Melinda, Sharon, D. Sandlin, Cheryl, Jean. Glad to see everybody tune in for tonight's episode. Gonna have a couple good things we're gonna be doing tonight. We're gonna do our unofficial mail call, and we're gonna do a look back at one of the first abandoned resorts I've ever filmed. And I do have a food item that I'm gonna be trying for the first time tonight too. So, gonna be a pretty fun show. Hey Maria, are you excited about Knobles? Always. Hey Monica. Hey Elna. Hello Marty. Yeah, Tom, if you want more information about where I was, just feel free to private message me. I'll fill you in. Hey Alan. Hey Kim. Cold here in Michigan. It's cold here now. Temperature probably dropped about 30 degrees. Hey Daisy. Lighting is better, thank you. I figure I'd go with the yellowish theme tonight, so everything should look pretty good. So, how was everyone's weekend? I know those of you around Pennsylvania had the, how do I say, the pleasure of enjoying nice warm temperatures in the middle of January, which is pretty unheard of for around here. Typically, January is the coldest month, but yesterday and today was in the 60s, so it'd be foolish to sit inside and do nothing. Thank you, Barb. Hey, Sandra. 64 in Massachusetts. Nice. Yeah, it's considerably colder now, but it was nice while it lasted. Excuse me. Relaxing at home. That's the way to do it. Did anyone do anything fun or exciting? You're welcome to share it. And if you guys have any questions for me throughout the stream, feel free to ask. Don't forget to, while I am focusing on a particular thing, whether it's mail, the video, food item, whatever it is, I won't be paying attention to the chat as much. So if you have anything important you want to mention or share, wait until I'm done with those segments where I can more focus on the chat. Car and laundry. Definitely a odd combination there, but whatever works. Staying in 5 inches of snow and ice. Yuck. North Carolina 62. Lucky you. 5 inches of rain. Wow. Better rain than snow, though. You'll be watching from the shadows, Cheryl. Okay. Yeah, we took down Christmas decorations last weekend. We didn't waste any time, but would have been perfect this weekend. But now that they were down, I was able to go exploring, so it worked out. Went to an auction. Car auction or like antique auction? Vale Cemetery is connected in New York. I'll look into it. Crocheting a shawl, watching Cliff's videos. Well, now you're watching mine too. Cleaning the fish tank. Yeah, that was never fun when we had one. Very tedious. Frozen strawberries, white wine, stormy Sunday evening. Well, you know how to close out a weekend. More metal detecting. Barb, I'm going to have to pick your brain on what you've been finding and how you've been liking it so far. I'll probably send you a message about that. G&H Rail Trail in Pennsylvania. Any particular reason for that, Tom? And welcome to the Jinx Show. Right on cue. Whenever I go live, he has to come over. Laundry making a dinosaur blanket. Andy's Journeys. Greetings from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tennessee is my new favorite state. Thank you so much for that donation. Take 30 minutes for a rusty nail. Well, you could put on the discriminate to discriminate against the iron and stuff like that. That way you're not picking up the junk. I think that's what it's called, discriminate. What's tonight's video, Jay? Well, you're looking at it. It's just another Sunday night live stream, episode 5. We're going to be doing mail momentarily. We're going to do a look back at one of my older videos, one of the first abandoned resorts I've ever filmed in the Poconos. And I do have a food item that was sent to me several weeks ago. I was going to save it for a Chow Time episode, but it's not something that's going to really fill up the whole episode, so I figured I'd share it tonight. JP, set up your Facebook, but you're having trouble. Can anyone help? Steffi, I don't know specifically what you're having trouble with. The best thing you could do possibly is to just Google whatever problems you're having, or even search on YouTube. It's kind of hard to explain it. It's easier to look at visuals. So Google and YouTube will be your best friend for that. I know it can be kind of daunting, but even if you know someone that has Facebook, like a friend or a family member, they could possibly help. You need to look for gold and silver. If you find it, Barb, let me know. I'll be coming down. I'll be coming to Ontario, Canada. Maybe at some point. I don't have any plans to come there right now, though. But I will be going to Niagara Falls sometime by the summer at the latest, but most likely on the American side. Love what you did with the YouTube play button. Thank you, Mazer's Closet. I think it looks quite nice back there, so I'm glad to showcase it. 10 years in the making, so. All right, so we got a good crowd here now. I am going to start with tonight's mail call. Now, the first thing I'm starting with is something that is spilling over from last week. Those of you who tuned in last week, you remember that I opened a box that I opened it from the bottom, and inside there was a few different items and a loose letter. I read the letter first. Turned out it was addressed to Alan, Revenge of the Apocalypse. After reading the letter, I assumed that the whole box was for him. I didn't bother looking at any other contents. So I was being respectful, put it away, and I did receive a message from the sender, and he said, hey, there was actually stuff in there for you. If you opened it from the top, you would have saw that. So I only opened it from the bottom just because it was easier. But regardless, I did look back into the box, though, and indeed there was something in there for me, which is right here. It was an envelope addressed with my name on it. Inside there is a letter and an item that he sent to me, aside from what was sent for Alan, and also an item for Cliff, which I'll be giving to him later this month. So basically, it's a personalized letter just stating, how he, enjoys our videos and likes to see us do collaborations, stuff like that. And the item that he sent to me was handpicked by him, and he knew that from watching my video of the Lit Spring Park. If you remember that video, there was dozens, if not hundreds of ducks there. Excuse me. And I said, this is like the coolest place ever. I'm going to be returning with Lily, and I think the ducks looked really beautiful. Well, he ended up sending me a duck call. Something I never owned before, but I was really, really surprised to see that he took the consideration to notice I really enjoyed that video, enjoyed seeing the ducks, and sent it to me. And he said he got it in, I believe, York, Pennsylvania. And I believe it's custom made, obviously. And I'll give you a little test of it. Hopefully I don't blow out your eardrums. So it actually works really well. It's quite loud. And he said that if you use it, to try to talk like the ducks do, it should call them over to you. So he said, bring some popcorn, bring this. And I said, well, Lily's excited to try it out. So we're going to go to Lithic Spring Park sometime in the near future. We'll bring this and make a video of it and see how well it works. So the gentleman's name is Larry. I just want to thank him personally for sending this to me. It was a really nice thought. I'm sorry for the confusion last time, but I am really happy to have this. Lily's excited to try it out, and hopefully we'll get some duck friends to come over to us so we can feed them and get some close-up shots of them. So now that that's out of the way, we do have a few items for this week. And I know one of them is for Lily. We're going to open that last. But this one is from Maria out of Bulls Gap, Tennessee. So she did actually send this to me. She was talking to me in a different stream asking if I received it. I said I did. And I told her I'd be opening it in tonight's stream. So Maria, if you're watching it, finally have it here. If not, you catch it on the replay. Thank you in advance. But let's open it up. Hey, Alicia. Hey, it's okay if you're late. I didn't miss too much. I'm just starting to open the mail. What is this? Okay, got some items here and a little note. Let me briefly read over so I don't read anything that I shouldn't be reading out loud. Okay, it says, Dear Jay, Jill, and Lily, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Sorry it took me a while to get this in the mail. Keep up the good work, and we're looking forward to watching many of your videos. Your faithful watchers and friends, Keith and Maria. So, let me see exactly what these are. Oh, how about that? These are actually vouchers, almost like tender, you know, like legal tender, but it's for Pal's drive-through or drive-in restaurant that we saw down in Tennessee. So these are actually different, actually a whole bunch of $1 vouchers, which was be used to pay for our bill. So if you guys remember in my road trip video down in Tennessee, we did come across Pal's, and it's a really bright blue building, has the hamburger, hot dog, and drink and fries on the top of it. You can actually see it here if I show it to you. I said that would be a place I really want to go to check out, to try their food. I think it's a drive-through only, but the building is really eye-catching, and I thought, hey, if I ever come across it again, I'd love to stop. So I guess she remembered that and sent me out well over $20 worth. There's actually a $20 book of them here and a whole bunch of singles. So Maria and Keith, thank you very much. We're going to definitely hold on to these, find out when we get to a nearest Pal's, and we'll definitely do a review on it too. So thank you so much. Very thoughtful and generous of you. Hey, Deb. Mount Carmel, Tennessee. Never heard of that place. Hey, Jennifer, you're late. It's okay. Better late than never. I'm sure there'll be more late ones. This one is a package. And this is from our very own Barb, who's watching, and her daughter, Dana. I say daughter Dana. Sorry about that. Coming from Hilliard, Florida. Can only imagine what's inside, but there's only one way to find out. So don't forget, those of you tuning in, if I am not responding to your questions or comments, once I am done with the segment, I will focus back on the chat. But during this time, I kind of like to just stay focused on what I'm doing, explaining everything, and then I will get back to you guys. But it's going to be a fun video tonight. We're going to be checking out, like I said, an old resort that I filmed a couple years ago, and we're going to be doing a food review. So if you are having to leave late or early, I should say, make sure you catch the replay. Okay, we got a few items in here. Oh, I see some candy here. Barb knows the way to my heart. Okay, so the candy item says Lindt Hello Chocolate Sundae. Wow, I actually never saw that before. It's about the size of a Twix bar, in like diameter, really long, but a chocolate sundae lint candy bar. That's pretty neat. So I definitely will have to try this sometime during the stream tonight. So I'll give you my thoughts on it live. Okay, so I got a little notebook here. Blank notebook. Let me see. There's a letter. Maybe I'll explain what it is. Definitely can't go wrong with chocolate. Sending me chocolate is always a good idea. Okay, so Barb, is it okay if I read this out loud? Just so I know. Excuse me. So while I'm waiting for her to respond, here is the notebook. It says, live in wonderful and find beauty in the everyday. So it's a nice floral notebook. Most likely Lily could use that for maybe school or for something else, but really nice book. How do you know they didn't put something in it? I'm not sure what you mean, V. Did Barb answer? Anyone know? So, okay. Okay, it says, hi, Dana wanted to paint this little black and white thank you card, some of it in your favorite colors. Thought Lily might enjoy this little journal. Thank you, JPVideos family, for making our days brighter. Barb and Dana. So, I didn't realize it until I read that. This is a hand-painted card, and it is extremely well done. Check this out. Dana, thank you very much for that. That is definitely my favorite colors, blue and teal. Can't go wrong with that. So that is really well done. And Jinx is coming to inspect it too. You like that, Jinx? So that came out really well. Hopefully you guys could see it with Jinx's tail there. And the notebook journal is for Lily. So very thoughtful, both of you. Thank you very much. And in the card was a monetary donation. So very, very thankful for you guys for your support and generosity. But the card, spot on with my colors. So we'll save the candy bar for a little bit later when I do taste the other items. We'll do them both together. So I'll put it right here for now. And we got one final item. And I do believe this is for Lily. This is from Carla out of somewhere in Oklahoma. I'm sorry, I can't read the city. But she did reach out to me ahead of time saying she wanted to make an item for Lily and asking me about the size and stuff like that. And she said last week she sent it out and it actually arrived early. It wasn't supposed to arrive till tomorrow, but it came, I believe, yesterday. So I have an idea of what it is, but we'll give it to Lily tonight and she can check it out. Is it Tishomingo? Okay, thank you, Carla. I definitely wouldn't be able to see that. I never heard of that before, but that's pretty cool. Tishomingo, if I pronounce that right. Sure, not missing anything. Have fun with that, Jinx. So it is wrapped up. So Lily, you want to come over here and open this?
Sure.
Okay, so Lily's going to come over here. She'll take my seat, open it up, and see what's inside. Say hi to everyone.
Hello. So I'm going to open this, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Ooh, tie-dye.
She made that herself.
I like it. Thank you so much.
That's from Carla.
Thank you, Carla. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Keep an eye on Jinx. All right. Say goodbye to everyone.
Bye.
All right, so Carla, thank you very much. Jill loves it. Lily loves it. And if you want, send me a message on my Facebook page, Carla, and I will take a picture of her wearing it so you can see how it looks. But she seems to really like it, and very nice of you to do that. Very thoughtful. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Go have fun with that. Trying to keep Jinx busy. So that is going to be mail call for this week. Not a whole lot of items, but I didn't get to check right before tonight's stream. So again, if you guys ever want me to open anything live, you're welcome to send me anything you'd like. Obviously, something that's family friendly, obviously. My P.O. Box is down below every video description. It's P.O. Box 365, Taylor, Pennsylvania 18517. It's always a lot of fun to open up the items and to share them with everyone. And everyone that sent something, we all thank you very much for that. So, excuse me, I'm going to spend a few moments here chatting with you guys, and then we'll get to our next segment of watching one of my older videos. I like the yellow light, thank you. I try to do it something a little bit different every week. Blue's my favorite color, but it doesn't hurt to have a little different color here and there. A little variety. Hey, good evening, Vicky Marie. And Lily Marie is saying hi to you.
Hi.
Nothing for Jinx. Well, if anyone wants to send Jinx something, you're welcome to, but he's got more toys than he could count. Him and Salem. Closest palace to your post office is give or take 517 miles to Bristol, Tennessee. Okay. Yeah, not quite night owls yet, but we're getting there, Tim. Purple was nice the other night. Yeah, I'll bring that back too. That looked really nice on the stream. Canned cat food or tuna fish? I think toys would be fine for them. If you guys make anyone makes like custom toys or something that would really get their attention. Jinx loves the mouse on a wand, and he's shaking it, squeaks, and he goes through them like there's no tomorrow. He ends up getting pretty rough for them and rips the string off and takes the mouse and hides it. Thank you, Jay. Dana love seeing her card on YouTube. Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for sending it. Nice lamp, JP. What is it? It's a major award. It's fragile. It is from the movie Christmas Story. It's a miniaturized version of the leg lamp. It actually does light up fully, but it kind of over brightens the area, so I keep it on just the minimum lighting there. Did you get the mind slime off your boots? I got about 90% of it off, but gives us some stories to tell in case people ask, hey, why is your boot orange? Have you explored abandoned ships or boats? That's one thing I never have. I'd definitely be open to it, but don't really know of any in Pennsylvania. Thanks, Robert. It was one of the best Christmas gifts I ever received, so I display it proudly. Love seeing Jinx. Always comes out to see what we sent. He's very curious. Hey, Custom Wheel. Daughter named Lily. She's 13. Yeah, our Lily is 12. She'll be turning 13 in July.
Yes.
Love the leg lamp. Thank you. Send him a live mouse. I don't think that'd be a good idea. Yeah, I've seen that before too, Jake. I don't know if that would be considered exploring an abandoned boat. For me, it would want to be like, beached on the side of the ocean or a lake or something like that. But I guess you could consider that. Mike, it's Dunmore number 7. So I think you know what that one is. But in between where I parked and there is where I found those things I took the pictures of. If you do late night live regular, will it be a specific night or just random? Pretty much random. It's on a night usually when I'm not tired. So that could be any given night or multiple nights. I don't want to stream every night and bore you guys, but it seems that there is quite a few people that are up late at night or have trouble sleeping And for whatever reason, you guys like tuning in and just hanging out, and maybe it helps you get to sleep. Who knows? So if it does, then I'm willing to do it once in a while. Okay, Carla, I definitely will get a photo to you tomorrow. Any abandoned banks? Yeah, there's one I believe it was converted over to something else, but it's no longer a bank. But a bank I haven't been into yet. Excuse me. Live near Hershey. Okay, so you're about 2 hours from me. Yeah, fun watching the videos. Thank you, Christopher. A boat that was uncovered in Lake Michigan. I know there's been like even abandoned towns that have been discovered when lakes have been drained of their water. It's really cool to see what's even, believe it or not, the Rocky Glen Park Lake. There's actually a boat, excuse me, in the back part of the lake that was submerged underwater. I never even knew it until they drained the lake, and now it's sitting back there. It's just like a little rowboat, canoe boat, but I didn't know it was back there until they drained the lake, and now it's just sitting there on the ground. Have you, Jill, or Lily ever went to Bristol, Tennessee for the Speedway and lights for Christmas? We have not. Only place in Tennessee we've been to is Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Thank you, Ruth. Haven't talked to brother. Any snow up there? We don't have any snow. It was in the 60s yesterday and today. Computer freezing. Try refreshing your computer. How about Centralia? How about it? I've done probably half dozen videos on Centralia. I have my own playlist for it, so you can check it out. Smoky Mountain Cottages. Yes, that was an amazing place. And getting a lot of feedback from people that videos they've seen on that place have mostly been at nighttime and typically paranormal hunts. So they were really appreciative for me to show it in the daytime in more detail. So I was glad I was able to do that and not portray it as a haunted place, because not every place in the world is haunted, whether people say it is or not. I didn't feel any negative energy there. I just took in the beauty and wanted to share the peacefulness that surrounds it. 60 yesterday, 30 today. Well, we had 65 this morning, I think, or 62, and I think it's in the 30s now. So winter temperatures are back, but it's still pretty warm, though. We're usually down near zero around this time. 8 degrees in Anchorage, below zero. Wow. It is cold. Andrea, I already watched them, so I've given them, I've spoke about them plenty of times, so I don't go over to China, though, or Germany where they go. And also, I'm not an abandoned channel. I'm not trying to be an abandoned channel. I am a variety channel. I film things that interest me. One of them happens to be abandoned locations, but it's not all I focus on, though. First Butler, Tennessee is underwater because of the TVA. During a drought, the town was exposed. Wow, that sounds pretty amazing. Lots of haunted areas. Elliott City, Maryland. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of exploring. Jake, who's in here, Jake Smith, is originally from Maryland, and he took me to a few of the cooler abandoned mansions, some of which are portrayed haunted. The one I call is the Addams Family Mansion. The little girl dies sliding down the banister, and her ghost supposedly still haunts it, and that's why they can't sell it on the market. Thank you. Okay, so in a moment here, I am going to bring the camera over. We're going to put up a video. Again, it's one of the first abandoned resorts I ever filmed in the Poconos. I think it's from 2016. I'll double check once I get the video up. It's around 21 minutes long. It's one of the videos I didn't talk in. Again, when I was filming years ago, I didn't talk. I didn't show my face on camera. I just focused on the location. So now that I do talk in my videos and do show my face, I will give some commentary throughout the video to explain what we are seeing and give you my up-to-date thoughts on the location itself. And if I'm not mistaken, the location we're going to be checking out in this video is either started to be demolished or is already gone. That's when I heard from rumors. So it'll be kind of a look back at something that was once grand and popular. Cat's digging in a litter box. And now is going to be a thing of the past. Gotta move my mouse here. Sorry about that. Ran across this site. What is it about and who are you, dear? Well, Pat, best thing you do is check my playlist for the different type of content I make. But anybody who watches my videos could probably explain to you or answer any questions about the type of videos I do make. Do you know offhand the title of the abandoned video you did with the vintage toys in the attic? I want to show my husband. He's not a fan of yours too. I don't remember that offhand. Give me 1 second. I could find it for you. Just give me a second here. I got to change windows. Okay, it says abandoned building full of toys, power still on. So if you just search on the YouTube bar abandoned house with toys, JPVideos, it'll come up. It's about probably the 5th or 6th video down. But it's called abandoned building full of toys, power still on. And that location is no longer there. They tore that down. And they tore it down with all the contents left inside, which is very unfortunate because there are some valuable items in there. And again, I'm not a person who takes things, but definitely if I know they were going to be doing that, I would have maybe tried to get some permission to take some of those items. Old paper mill. Well, I've explored mills. I mean, I don't know if one of them were a paper mill or not, but typically a lot of the old industrial places and warehouses don't have too much left to see inside. Not to say I don't explore them, but I do love the abandoned houses more, especially the contents left inside. It makes it very personable to see how people used to live. Just got to notice, Myra. Okay. Well, like I said, better late than never to some other people. What does Jill do? She works for the county, working with families. Okay, so I'm going to get up from the chair, bring the camera over here, and we will get started with our look back at an old abandoned resort. Yeah, Scranton Lace, that was one of my earlier explores too. I've done, I think, 2 videos there. And unfortunately, it's no longer able to be explored. They did tear half of it down and doing work on it, but that was an amazing place so close to home. Okay, so this is the abandoned Poconos resort called the Summit. It was called the Summit Resort in the Poconos, obviously, as I just stated. And this was filmed August 2016. So I'm going to grab my microphone and we will get started here. Now, again, I did hear reports recently that this place was torn down or that demolition has begun. But up until then, it was one of the best locations I've ever filmed, especially for the night lounge that was inside of it. And you guys will see that. So let me go full screen here. Let me make sure I can get you all in frame here. I think we're okay here. All right, so let's start the video. One of my many older intros. So we got the 70s disco music playing. I'm going to mute the volume here in a moment, but I just want you to hear the music with the intro. But not sure this is a copyright song or not, so just to play it safe, I am going to mute the video, but these are the abandoned remains of the Pocono Summit Resort. And this is us driving in the vehicle, which would be the main entrance. And it's one of the few resorts you're able to drive right up to. Most of them are gated off or have barriers, and you have to walk in from the road. But this one, easy access. And we did come, obviously, in the summertime. It was August. Now, this place, though, at the time, was being watched. The owner owned a gas station just at the beginning of the road, and they were known to randomly drive down here, check for people who were down here exploring, so I actually had to hide my vehicle in the back. And while we were here, which we may or may not see in the video, there was a vehicle that drives by slowly, looking around, and may have been the owner, but they did not spot my car, and we were able to explore unscathed. But this is one of the first places, too, that Jill actually joined me in this, so you may see her in a couple parts of the video. We didn't do much talking at all. It's more or less like a silent walkthrough with subtitles and a little bit of music, but for the most part, it is a pretty raw walkthrough. Here showing some of the old pamphlets and what the rooms used to look like. Yeah, the older name was JPVideos, but I changed it to all one word. So if you guys want to see this video in more detail, with the volume and be able to pause the video, just search Summit Resort. I think mine's the first video that comes up and has the most views, like 300,000 views. So it says Florida family broke ground 1967 on this lavish couple's honeymoon resort. And we're getting some nice aerial footage with my drone. That was the DJI Phantom 3 Standard. Summit operated 35 years after finally closing September 2002. And these are all the private bungalows. So you can see it was a pretty sprawling resort. And this is the vestibule area in the main lobby. When you stayed here, you never want to leave because it has a long list of activities and amenities for you to enjoy. There's even an overhead walkway there. Aside from having a full-service dining room, cocktail lounge, and nightclub, the resort featured a beautiful indoor waterfall. Had an outdoor pool, a big pond in the back, which had boating and swimming. You can see the basketball courts. Endless list of activities for guests to enjoy. There's even one of the rowboats there, the paddle boats, I mean. Indoor-outdoor swimming pools, indoor-outdoor tennis, ice skating, roller skating, miniature golf, indoor-outdoor basketball, volleyball, golf, driving range, shuffleboard, fitness center, tanning beds, and gift shop are just a few examples of activities that guests are able to enjoy. It is an all-in-one resort. So just to remind you too, again, during this video, you're just going to hear the natural sounds of the environment. I didn't do hardly any talking at all unless I was making a comment to Jill. So you're not missing anything by me muting the video, but you could definitely watch it again on your own. But here's the indoor, guess you could call the recreation area, almost like a gymnasium. There's the outside of it. And I did get tons of comments from people who stayed here, people who worked here, people who share their memories about how wonderful of a place it used to be. 2008, there were plans to demolish this resort and build a 411-room hotel indoor water park. That definitely did not happen, though. Can't be saved. This place is under demolition if it's not already gone. As we saw, the water park plans fell through, and here's some ice skates. This was an indoor ice skating rink as well. Still some of the equipment left behind. We got the TV there and the sound system. And the games they could rent out, Yahtzee, Scrabble. Yes, Jill was with me in this video. And we were both a nervous wreck. This is the first time we ever explored a big resort like this. We didn't know if we were going to encounter anyone. So I definitely didn't go as slow as I normally do. There's some roller skates. But we did cover the resort pretty extensively, but did go a little bit faster than I normally do now, just because we were a little bit on edge. Sports spectrum. Hockey sticks, hockey pucks on ice, or roller rink. And there's the games available. Some of the paddles for the ping pong. This is the window where you come to get your equipment. There's, I think, disc for the shuffleboard, I believe. If you have to, Jessica, just reload the stream. But it should be playing okay, though. We saw a sled there. I'm going to zoom into the roof. These are all arrows that someone shot with a bow and arrow. But pretty huge indoor activity area here. And again, it was indoor ice skating, roller rink. I could have only imagined how amazing it would have been to be here. And this was like a Zamboni type machine sitting here in the back room. 2014 new plans were in the works to develop this property into Tannersville Entertainment Village, feature 100,000 square foot of entertainment space and shopping, which that didn't happen either. Very primitive Zamboni machine. Now here's Club Scheherazade. I did play some music here, which I do believe got hit with copyright, so I'm not going to play it. But this was like an Arabian nightclub, and for the most part, it's pretty untouched. You can see the murals on the wall. It closed just like a lot of the others, just due to lack of business. You know, innovative other resorts, water parks opening up, stuff like that. So a 70s resort just couldn't survive in this era. I was looking behind the bar in the heart-shaped area where they had the glasses. The beverage area, coolers. Good night, Maria. They even got the Scheherazade Summit napkins. And I do believe I did take a couple of those. Those are some of the exceptions I do take. Of coasters, index cards, business cards, matchbooks, stuff like that. And look at these big seated areas. We've got the plush material. I forget the actual name of it, but it's kind of with the buttons in it. But the big seating areas, curved seating. All the tables and chairs are still in place. There is a stage with what I thought was a body hanging there. It is just a mannequin. But this is one of the coolest nightclubs or lounges I've ever seen for a resort. Definitely doesn't go with the resort itself, but it definitely stood on its own. It was its own unique thing. Sometimes people came to this resort just for the nightclub itself, and they had all types of musical acts as well. Here's the back dressing room area. You can see some wigs on the ground. Calendar, 2002, last operating year. And now we're getting onto the stage. Those gold shimmery curtains. It's like on Star Search. And of course, someone trying to pull a prank, hanging a body. And just a mannequin. But there is some panties there on the floor. But look at the seating area. It is literally frozen in time. Got the light up stage, dance floor. But everything is just covered in a thick layer of dust. But how often do you find a nightclub, from 14 years ago, still in this kind of condition? And when I was here, this could have still been saved. Without a doubt, this could be cleaned up, updated with, new equipment. Still keep the original theming if you wanted to, but without a doubt, this club itself could have been saved. Look at the piano. Fantastic condition. This is the best one I've ever seen. Any other resort or piano is always trashed, busted apart. This one could probably still be played today. And there's some horses here with numbers. Now we're looking down into the lobby area where they did have a flowing waterfall that flowed right in the lobby area. I think I have a photo I may have shown, but couldn't find any video though. Not too many people filming these resorts when they were operational, unfortunately. But it was a very tropical theme here. These were all live plants at one time that are now dead. But they had the palms and trees and everything else. And we're on a balcony area looking down the bottom of the waterfall area. Here's where the waterfall would have started from. And now we're into the kitchen area. Most recent news about the Summit Resort was announced in the beginning of August 2016. And again, the plans for this resort changed so many times from when it closed down. Now a proposed plan to build a 48-bed acute care hospital and 2-story medical office building, which would be the first of the 3 phases, I believe. But again, it's just another rumor about the resort. heated indoor pool. I did not get down there in person to see that to show perspective, but you could see it as a pretty good sized pool though. And they had indoor outdoor pool. You got the lounge chairs and the hot tub. Medical center still in the planning stages, unknown if the Tannersville Entertainment Village plans are put on hold for now. This is one of the, I believe, the eating room. Again, I didn't focus too much on one particular area because there was a lot to see. And we didn't want to waste too much time knowing that the owner does come to check on it. Here's all the hotel key rooms. Room keys. Room keys. But look at the tags though. My favorite color. It's like a sea of teal. Now this is the back office area. All the documents left behind. And someone's personal desk with them tampons left behind. But again, personal records, people's identifications are here. And here's the gift shop area. And if you look in the distance in the back and the roof, there's still lights on. This place still had power in certain sections. Now, I typically don't plug other channels, but Dan Bell was here filming the same room. And when he was here, that door that I just showed closed on its own. It was very creepy to watch that. Not sure if this place is haunted, but it did happen when he was here. And it was kind of odd to see. But this was a gift shop, though, with all kind of merchandise. Everything was on sale upon closing. Should have got a room key. I definitely should have. What else did you find there? A little bit of everything, pretty much. You can see the racks, souvenirs, 50% off, kitty corner. So they had items, with their name on it. And they had items like, there's like sport drink bottles, obviously a Frisbee. They had personal items, for taking care of yourself, like soap and deodorant and stuff like that. Just a general gift shop. But here's a back room area with some overstocked items. More racks, I think those are not heaters, but maybe condensers or something. The vinyl records are all wilted on the ground. These are outside. And here we go, starting to check out some of the rooms. There was like the hotel type of rooms, and there was the private bungalows. And some of them are in better condition than others, but they are really something to see, though. The really dated furniture, fireplaces in almost every one. And this one, that's where would have had a round bed right here. That's the back headboard. This one has a private swimming pool. A lot of these rooms have their own private pools. And look at that alarm clock, the clock radio. This is Pennsylvania. It's called the Poconos. It was a honeymoon area up until like the 90s, and it started dying off. But it's very popular 60s through the 90s. There was a number of resorts that shut down. And this is one of a few of them that I did film. And here's like a little hot tub pool area that you have in here. So again, this particular resort offered everything. And that is mold on the backdrop there. And in here you got your own little sauna. So, again, once you stayed here, you didn't have to leave for anything. They covered everything. And here's another room, and we can see the round bed. Typical 70s furniture. And that's part of the problem, too. Resorts like this did not update throughout the years, become more modernized. They stuck with the original theming. And look, you got the mirror above the bed. We all know what that's for. Now, there are still a handful of resorts. You can see Jill through the reflection there. There's still a handful of resorts around like this. There's one, I think it's called Caesars, or maybe not Caesars. I forget. There's one in the Poconos, though, that still operates. It has the champagne hot tub, champagne glass hot tub, and the round or heart-shaped beds. So there's still one or two in existence in this area. Again, your own little private jacuzzi tub. Jake needs to take me to the Poconos. Yeah, Becky, if you want to know which one is still open, shoot me a message. I'll look it up for you later on, but it is one still in operation. But Penn Hills was it Penn Hills? Yeah, Penn Hills was another resort minutes away from here. That closed down, I believe, even before this one. That actually burned several times. There was the Mountain Manor Resort, which was maybe 20 minutes away. I didn't do a video on that. Even an updated one closed down as well. Yeah, Cove Haven. Thank you. And then there was the Unity House Resort. There's a bunch of them. I had done a video on many of them. There was Birchwood, where the sniper was found. I think his name was Blaine or something like that. Eric Frayne. Sorry. Yes. I marked this as my favorite room. Look at the furniture in here. The lounger, the center fireplace, the 360 fireplace. And you got the heart-shaped bed and the heart-shaped jacuzzi. You don't typically see rooms like this now when you go on vacation. Individual walk-in shower. Got the heat lamps and a little toilet here behind the partition. Mount Airy was, yes, that was also, now it's a casino, but Mount Airy Resort was one. You can see a tiled heart-shaped tub. Very cool. I had double sinks there. And even to get heart-shaped mattresses and blankets is no easy feat, so they must have had them custom made. You got mirrors everywhere. You know, they definitely wanted you to be able to see every angle. But I tell you though, despite how dated looking it is, if it was clean and still open, I would definitely stay here. You know, just to know that you have all these activities you could do, whether you want to stay in your room and sit in the tub, or if you want to go to the gymnasium, do ice skating, rollerblading, or roller skating, whatever it is. Go down to the pond and do paddle boating. Something for everyone. Yeah, like I said, this was my favorite room out of all of them. There's one of the sinks there, overturned. Carpeting on the walls. How often do you see that too? So if RJ watches this, did find a tractor on the property, had to show that. And look at tanning beds. They're just laying out here in the woods. Now we're getting back to some of the bungalows here. Some of these were in decent shape. A lot of them were trash. The roofs were opened up and they were just destroyed by moisture and water. Shagadelic. So here's one of the private bungalows. Look at that old fireplace there. It looks so cool. Red color on it. This one's like an octagon-shaped bed. Imagine going over that with a black light. Light up like a Christmas tree. Got the high ceilings in there. Wallpaper. The sunken-in jacuzzi with carpeting around it. Not really the best idea for that, but huge bathroom here with the big spaced out sinks. Those are all light bulbs. And look at even the cups are still there with the plastic on them. Surviving all that time. And this is probably the worst time to come to is in the summer because it is so overgrown. But it did help us to avoid being detected from anyone coming. But if you came in the wintertime, it'd be a lot more exposed to be able to see everything much better than having to navigate through the trees. Here's the outdoor pool. It's more like a green swamp right now. Can only imagine what's living in there. This is behind the pool. They had like a rock wall. It turned into like a cave, which was the filtration pump house, whatever it is for the pool. And we come back out of the little cave area. And I believe we come out on top. Yeah, sorry about the bad camera work. I was not nearly as steady back then as I am now. You can see the bushes are overgrowing it, but it's like upper patio there above the pool. And found my way up there somehow. Yeah, that's where we were. I was just on top of there. And here is an outdoor jacuzzi, which is now like a solarium almost, with plants growing in it. Almost unrecognizable. So the only time will tell what will become the former Poconos hotspot for couples. And there was a sign there on the property, coming soon. Restaurant location, scenic water view. And that sign was there for years. And that was the Summit Resort, which I believe, as I heard from rumors, is now being demolished or already gone. And here's the Unity House, which I mentioned earlier. We'll show that in another video. And then the Mountain Manor Resort, which burned. So a lot of resorts, a lot of history in the Poconos. So let me put the camera back and we will continue on. Getting caught up in the wire here. Okay, I am back. So, what did you guys think of that video? Pretty cool look back at the old resort. Definitely not what you see today, except for the exception of Cove Haven, as they mentioned. That is still very similar to the type of resort that was, but it has most of them have champagne glass hot tubs and their own little private swimming pool. So, I definitely won't be going there to make a video of it, but you can always book it for yourself if you want to. And the first viewing of it, well, thanks for checking out. Hopefully, like I said, you can watch the replay. Just search Summit Resort Poconos, and you'll be able to watch it and hear the natural sounds. You know, it's pretty quiet there, actually, pretty peaceful. It was right off of Interstate 80 near Tannersville, so very convenient to the highway. Bride magazines planning your honeymoons. Now everyone's browsing the internet planning their honeymoons and weddings. All right, take care, Larry. Possibly Jessica. Like I said, I've been, I could probably say well over 50 comments from people who stayed there saying, oh, how wonderful it was. And people who were like, oh yeah, I honeymooned there. And we tried to go back like 10 or 20 years later and it was shut down. They were so disappointed, but thankful to see the video of how it looks, you know, so. Gotta go to bed. Good night, Danielle. As of October 2018, sign is still there. Well, up until then it was. I don't believe it's there anymore. But again, I heard equipment was on the property up until as of a month or two ago. So the property is probably gone. They actually had a billboard along the highway for the longest time, really faded. It showed a guy and a girl in like the jacuzzi. It was along Interstate 80. They actually removed that. So that's gone now too. Heck, if I wasn't married, I'd probably stay there as like a bachelor, just take advantage of the food, the nightclub, and all the activities. So if you guys do like those old resort videos, let me know. I do have many more than I could share with you in future episodes of Sunday Night Live. And most of them were filmed back 2016, 2017. And obviously my style of filming has changed a lot since then. So it's always fun to look back and see how things have changed, but also to give you my current thoughts on it. So if you guys do like those, I will incorporate more of those along with some abandoned houses that I, again, didn't talk through, just show the contents, and some other videos here and there of other non-abandoned stuff. But those are definitely the more intriguing ones because some of those videos did really well despite not even seeing my face in the video. So go figure, you know, if you show the content and explain the history, people come to appreciate it. So I did say, though, that we were going to do a little food review here. There's going to be just one item and turn it into two, thanks to Barbara, who sent me a chocolate sundae candy bar. But before we taste this, I do have items that were sent to me before Christmas, and I was going to save them for an episode, but I figured it'd be better to share them with you here. So let me grab those. bring on the snacks. Okay, so I do have 3 items here that I never tried before. And these were sent to me by my very own viewer, Ghost City Shelton. You guys may know her. Her name is Ruth, but her channel name is Ghost City Shelton. She's, sent me this big smorgasbord of like meats and cheeses and sweets that we had on New Year's Eve, and a separate box with these. And what these are snack sticks. This one is elk snack sticks, water buffalo snack sticks, and venison snack sticks. I have had venison before as like a steak, but not in snack stick form. So I honestly don't know if I'm going to enjoy these or not, but I'm always willing to try different types of meat. Oh, Marty, thank you, Jay. Sunday Night Live is awesome. Thank you so much, Marty. Very generous of you to do that. Love the jerky. So I will say up front, if I don't like these, don't take it personally. I'm traditionally a burger type of guy, you know, just regular beef. Pork chops I do like, you know, turkey, chicken. But I never tried elk, water buffalo. I haven't had venison since I was probably a little kid. So it's going to be like tasting it all over again. Eat the chocolate, I'll live through you. All right, I'll make sure I take my time chewing it carefully and savoring the flavor. So let's cut these open and try them out. Oh, they're gone to bed, Lori, so I will save. I'm not going to eat them all, obviously. I'm only going to try one stick, but Jill already told me she doesn't want to try them. She is not into animal meat like that. Just plain old burger meat, you know. But I did ask her, I'm like, do you want me to save you some? She's like, no. Lily may try them. I know she's not going to like them. She is even pickier than I am. But if I don't end up eating them or enjoying them, I'll see if either my father wants them or maybe maybe Mike or somebody or Cliff or somebody could enjoy the rest of them. But let's start with the elk snack stick. It says, with pork and beef added for a tasty smoked sausage. And these are from the Swiss Colony Company out of Monroe, Wisconsin. Bear meat tastes like beef. Never had bear. So you guys want to put any wagers? Which one do you think I'll like the most? Which one do you think I'll like the least? And do you think I'll spit any of them out? Just curious to see what you guys think. That's actually really strong smelling. It smells mostly like kibasi or like sausage, but there's definitely a different hint of something there. It's kind of throwing me off, but it's a pretty good sized stick though. But all right, this is going to be elk snack stick. Wish me luck. Okay, well, I didn't spit it out. That's a good thing. I'm going to take one more bite. I have a few thoughts I'm going to share about it. Okay, so it's better than I thought it would be. It doesn't taste completely like kibasi or sausage or like a beef stick. It tastes about 75% of that, 25% a little bit gamey. The casing around it, you know, has a nice snap to it. The texture, that's what I don't care for the most. And it's not bad, but there's little like chunks of stuff in it. Maybe it's pieces that weren't ground up all the way, but I do taste some or feel some like texture that I wouldn't normally feel eating something like this. So Flavor is actually pretty good. I'm not a fan of gamey stuff, but the gaminess is very mild. But it's the texture I'm not crazy about. But overall, it's better than I thought it'd be, so that's a good thing. It would be good for like definitely going for like camping or camping. I could, yeah, definitely camping. Like heat these up on a pan, you know, fry them up. All right, next is going to be water buffalo. Can't imagine what that's going to taste like. Gator. I've had frog's legs. I didn't like those. People say it tastes like chicken. It doesn't. Hardly any meat, but the flavor is not like chicken. Yeah, they're like Slim Jims, just like Slim Jims on steroids. Tacos would be better. Okay. I always like to smell it just to see if it tastes like it smells. Again, very strong smell to it. This one smells a little bit better. All right, let's bite into it. That one has a very mild taste. So compared to the elk, the flavor is not nearly as strong. Doesn't taste as gamey. Texture is still the same. You still taste little textures of something, little bits or morsels, but flavor-wise, I do like it better. It's not as strong, hardly any gaminess to it. So I actually do enjoy this one. Okay, last one, but not least, is venison, which everyone knows is deer meat. And I don't even remember what it tastes like. I was probably maybe 10 years old last time I had it. When my father and my brother went hunting and they brought home deer. So, I know, I do remember eating it and not spitting it out. I do know that. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I would like a burger. But my taste buds definitely have changed since I've turned into an adult. Or something close to an adult, even though I'm like a big kid. Let's get this open here. All right, good night. Good night, Andrea. Egg sandwich Pringles. Yeah, I've tried those. They're not very good. Oh. Oh. I have a feeling I'm not going to like this. I don't like the smell right off the bat. Honestly, the smell is making me not even want to eat it, but I am going to eat it. Ugh. I don't know. It doesn't smell good to me. Deer jerky might be good if it's, you know, the like the air dryer or whatever it's called, the dehydrated, that's what it's called, air dryer. But this is, you know, a little bit different than jerky though, but I don't think I'm going to like this. Mm-mm. Nope. That was my least favorite. I will say it tastes better than it smells. I just didn't like the taste. It was just too gamey, and whatever they added to it gave it an off flavor. Because it does say there are other ingredients added to it, like salt, corn syrup, dextrose, spices, sugar, garlic, all this other stuff. Jerky I might like, a burger I might like. I don't like the venison beef stick, so hopefully it doesn't come back out, Alan. I gotta pray it stays down. But the smell is what threw me off the most. Maybe if I didn't smell it, I might have enjoyed it better. The smell, though, I immediately put me off. So, whoever guessed it, if you guys are right, congratulations. Water buffalo was my favorite. Elk snack stick was my second favorite. Venison was my least favorite. So, there you have it. But go City Shelton Ruth. Thank you very much. Water buffalo, I'm definitely going to eat the rest of these. Excuse me, for the venison. I know my father likes that. I'll probably give those to him. And the elk snack, maybe if Mike wants them or Cliff or even Adam or somebody, I'll give them to one of you guys. But I'm going to take a moment here to just get myself cleaned up because these are really greasy and slippery. And I'm going to get a new bottle of water and then we'll devour that candy bar. So take about a 2-minute break and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Got everything cleaned up, got a new bottle of water, and now I'm ready to eat something I'm really going to enjoy. No, I didn't throw them away. Put them in the refrigerator. Okay, so again, this chocolate item is from Barb and Dana. They did send this to me with their mail. It was tucked away in there, and it was a pleasant surprise. This is by Lindt Chocolates. It says, hello, and it's a chocolate sundae bar. Nice to sweet you. So, I don't think I need to sniff this or worry about this. I'm going to enjoy this immensely. Yeah, I mean, those beef sticks, not to say there's anything wrong with them. You know, I just have my own taste buds. Not to say that you guys wouldn't enjoy the venison one. I just personally didn't like it, but the water buffalo was pleasantly surprising. Oh, it smells like chocolate, which is always good. And it smells like good chocolate. It doesn't smell like that cheap stuff. So, this is broken in half, so it is kind of in the shape of like a Twix bar or like a Kit Kat almost. And the inside does have a white filling, which I believe is part of the ice cream sundae part. All right, so here it goes. Well, or you missed about an hour and 16 minutes worth of stream, so you probably did miss a lot. This is so much better. So the texture is very similar to like a Three Musketeers. You know, it has the nougat inside, the creaminess to it. So the outer chocolate coating is just enough to keep it contained. It's not hard. It's not difficult to chew or consume. Once you bite into it, though, it's really creamy and smooth, and the flavor is really good. It basically resembles like a Three Musketeers. Well, Alan, I mean, does Sasquatch eat beef sticks? Not really sure. Not sure where this is from though. So, Barb, if you're able to share where this is purchased, I've never seen these at my local store, but it is very good though. Hey, David. All right, good night, Alice. Thanks for joining us tonight. If I go hiking or somewhere for a long day, I usually bring like a Snickers bar. I usually have food in the car or something just quick and easy to bring, but a Snickers bar is easy. Not yet. I didn't see her. Karen, yes, I actually did a video, one of my Chow Time episode series, where we went to Wegmans and bought a whole bunch of things in like the international aisle. So they definitely have a wide variety of stuff there. A little pricey, but good stuff though. Okay. Well, Barb and Dana, thank you. I enjoyed it immensely. It was so good. Especially after that venison stick. Give me 1 second here. Sticks to your teeth a little bit, but still good. Let's see. Arby's has mac and cheese. I'm going to try it. Personally, I'm not going to eat Arby's. Not to say ever again, but the one I usually went to was shut down for bug infestation. They were closed for like 2 or 3 days with exterminators there. So it kind of put me off from going back there. There is 1 or 2 other Arby's I could go to possibly, but I just have no desire to eat their food now. So I don't think I'll be trying it anytime soon. I did see that Taco Bell's coming out with their nacho fries again. I guess they're like nacho cheese flavored fries. So once those hit my location, I will do a video on those. And if you guys are familiar with Krispy Kreme donuts, I'm not sure if they are nationwide or not, but they are, I think, in the East Coast, if not more areas, but they're definitely in Pennsylvania. But they're supposed to be coming out with mini donuts, like mini Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure they'll taste the same, but just for the fun, size of it, I'll probably do a video on those as well too. I like the jerkies, but those sticks are greasy and grainy. Yeah, that's a pretty good description of it. But again, the water buffalo was the least of the gaminess out of the 3. I liked it the most. Hey, there's Cindy. I guess you were unscathed through the storm, so I'm glad to see you doing okay. Mike or one of the mods, if you could type on the stream to Alicia, tell her to make sure her live icon is lit up. I think her stream is a few minutes behind. Yummy donuts. Yes, I love donuts. I don't eat them all that often, but I do love them. I know Krispy Kreme sells their donuts in like some of the supermarkets and like Sheetz or Wawa maybe, but going when they make them fresh, they have the hot sign. Definitely the way to go. 2 tornadoes hit and 4 people died. Oh, geez. Well, I'm glad you weren't one of them, Cindy. Have I ever ate bear? I have not. I want Krispy Kreme. Yeah, but there's a Krispy Kreme, 2 of them. One of them is actually fairly close to me, so maybe I'll be getting those sooner than later. Even if it's not the mini donuts, but just go get a dozen of their donuts or half dozen, and I'll do a stream and let you know what I think of them. Excuse me. I'm a nice streamer. Thank you, Richie. I guess there's no mods on right now. But Alicia, if you do hear this, make sure on the bottom of your screen the red line's all the way over to the right, and that the live icon has the red dot next to it. That'll show that you're live. If it's not, then you're not seeing the live version of it. Okay, Mike got it. Thank you. To have an automated donut machine at your location, I'm not sure. I haven't been there in a while to check, but I'll let you know when I get some. Which maybe this week we'll go get some donuts. I have not tried Tim Hortons donuts. Down in Ocean City, Maryland, I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it. They have, maybe somebody can answer it. Maybe Jake, there's a donut place, multiple donut places down there, and they make like really crazy concoctions of donuts, and they're usually like hot and warm. I can't think of the name of it. I'll have to look it up though, but they're down in Ocean City, Maryland, and they're so good though. That's okay, Kelly. Tim Hortons donuts you could skip. Okay. I'll take your advice on it, Jen. Eat Krispy Kreme until I OD on them. Alright, that's killing me now. I have to look up that donut place, I think. But I'll tell you, some of my favorite donuts don't come from a donut shop at all. Actually, donuts I like the least, believe it or not, if they are nationwide, is Dunkin' Donuts. They used to be originally called Mr. Donuts. If those of you remember back in like the 90s. Mr. Donuts, I love their donuts. They changed to Dunkin'. I don't like the flavor of their donuts now. But our local Garrity supermarket, which I believe is only in Pennsylvania, their bakery department bangs out some really good donuts, like the Boston cream ones, chocolate frosted, the sour cream. They come out nice and crunchy and, you know, full of flavor. Their donuts, I think, are probably the best ones around for a non-donut place. Fractured prune. Thank you, Becky. That's it. How was that chocolate bar? It was really good, Christopher. I never had one before. Very similar to a Milky Way, but very good. Yeah, we were down Ocean City, you know, a bunch of times. Each time we go, I always have to get some. Jill's not a big person on donuts, but I fortunately am. And Lily is too. Now Dunkin' Donuts don't rate at all. Pretty much. I think there's still there's a donut place on 315. Maybe it's Curry Donuts, if that's correct. Try Duck's Donuts or Maple. I don't like Maple anything really. But Duck's Donuts, I don't know, where can I get those at? Yeah, I don't do coffee. I don't care how good the coffee is, I don't do it. Krispy Kreme's your favorite place to go. That's my kind of place there. Alicia, I'll get you a dozen and we'll split them. Got work in the morning. Good night, Penny. Hey, there's Raven. Hope you're feeling better. Make it to Rochester. I'll take you for some real donuts. You know what everybody was telling me too when I did my videos in Rochester is to get a garbage plate. Which, when I first heard that, I thought it was like slang for like homeless food. But it actually is an item on a menu called a garbage plate. And people say it's like amazing. So I'll definitely have to try that if I go back. Duck's Donuts in Mechanicsburg. Okay. A lot better. Yay! Want some fried pickles. I tried those for the first time. I made them myself, actually. When I was making fried Oreos for the one episode. I got some of the pickle slices put in the batter. It wasn't bad. I mean, I don't think it's as good as people rave about, but it wasn't bad. Oh, Ducks and Maple are name on the store. Okay. Misunderstood that. So, Jake and Becky, are you guys sitting on the couch together on two different phones chatting? That's what I thought too, Alicia, until I looked it up. I forget the name of the restaurant. Somebody might know, but it's actually like all really good kinds of food. I think there's like different kinds of meats on there, potatoes, like sides. But from once I read what was on it, sounds like I would actually enjoy it. What flavor donuts do you like, JP? I like the chocolate frosted, but I like the cake type ones. I like sour cream. I like Boston cream. Usually, those are my main favorite ones. Pink donuts with sprinkles. Utica have tomato pie. Ugh. Trina, no offense, that doesn't sound appetizing at all. Late night hockey in our parking lots. Well, at least you're playing hockey, not up to no good, so. Oh, you have an office. Wow. I don't even have an office. You can see each other. Like, we see you. Eclairs. Yeah, that's good. Raspberry filled maple bacon donuts. It's quite the variety of flavors. Frosting filled ones, pure sugar. Yeah, there's like the angel cream it's called, I think. It's like just that white cream. That's really good too. You know what I like too is our local fair called the Bloomsburg Fair. I've done videos on that. There's a one stand there. They come every year and they make these little miniature donuts. They're like the size of like a silver dollar. And they have this little machine, it drops the batter on it and it floats down this little river of oil and it gets flipped over by the machine, floats down again, and it gets scooped out and then they serve it to you hot and fresh. And you can get like powdered sugar on it or like a chocolate drizzle. I actually like them plain, but you get like a bag of a dozen for like $2. It is so good. I can eat them like there's no tomorrow. You have a something out man care, like the new look. Well, I'll take the compliment on the new look. I don't know what the other part of that comment is though, but thank you. Yes, Jake, she could read. And Jake, Galaxy S10 Plus, as per Becky. You're welcome, Becky. Glazed and Confused. That's actually a really good name. May have to try that out if I come down there. All right, see you, Joseph. Norristown, PA has tomato pie. It's like pizza without cheese. No, that's like torture. I'd rather a pie with just cheese and no tomato sauce. Amish donut the size of a steering wheel. Oh, tricked out. Okay. What type of area food is the most popular? It really depends on the person. We have everything around here. Probably pizza is one of the most popular because we have what is famously known as the pizza capital of the world, Old Forge. And they have pizza joint after pizza joint. But, I mean, you can find everything here, but pizza is definitely popular. Well, Jennifer, make sure you get me one too, because now I'm in the mood for donuts. Jockey lot? What's a jockey lot? Sorry, I've never heard of that before. Gross. New York State Fair has a donut burger. I tell you what, I love fairs though, just for the new surprises of food that they have. Especially the fried foods. Can't go wrong with that. Bloomsburg Fair is my favorite one in Pennsylvania, but I want to get out to some other ones like New York State Fair. I know Florida has an amazing state fair. They really trump what Pennsylvania has, but fairs and just pretty much fairs I love going to just for the atmosphere and the foods. Maple, Long Johns, and Twist. A flea market. Oh, okay. Never heard of it called that. We'll be down in Amish country, though, near Lancaster for a meetup event in May. So I'm hoping to find some different food items down there to do some reviews on because it's going to be an area I've never been to before, and it's very Amish territory. A lot of horse and buggies and Amish-made goods and stores and stuff like that. I love, too, that's made by the Amish. They sell them at the fairs and also on some roadside stands is the, here we go again. It's like almost like two cookies with cream in the middle. I can't think of the name of it. But they're not cookies though. It's almost like a crumbly like a cupcake material. Jake, you coming to that meetup in May? Yes, whoopie pie. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Mike. Yes, whoopie pies. Just the regular chocolate ones with the white cream is so good. And then I had a peanut butter one before. They were really good too. I always have to stock up on those. Seems more often than not on my streams we always talk about food, which I'm not complaining about, but it's just so funny how at some point it changes direction and we start talking about food. Moon pies. Yeah, the Garrity store I mentioned makes whoopie pies, but they don't taste the same as like the Amish ones. We will be there staying in a caboose. Awesome. I got my caboose booked already. Not sure which one I'm getting, but I can't wait for that adventure. That's I'm staying there 2 days. I'm going to be spending Friday in Amish country there, just exploring. Saturday and Sunday, checking out all the train stuff. So, it's going to be a fantastic time. Got my own caboose all to myself. I'm thrilled to be able to do that. Do I like maple syrup? Sparingly. Very little. I do like the McGriddles, though, at McDonald's for the breakfast sandwiches. Those are the breading for the biscuit that is, I guess you could say, soaked in like maple syrup. Has a maple flavor to it. I do like that though, but I like when I eat waffles or pancakes, I don't really put syrup on it, just a little bit of butter. RC Cola, Royal Crown. Have I lived in Pennsylvania my whole life? I have, but looking to venture out at some point when Lily, maybe, I don't want to have her change schools. That's the only thing that's really stopping me. But maybe when she graduates, two areas is originally we talked about going out to Arizona, and then now my new favorite place is down in Tennessee. So if things work out in the right way, hoping to get to one of those places in the next 5 to 6 years. MG Too Greasy McGriddle. I'm not saying it's not greasy, but I do enjoy the flavor though. I don't eat them on a daily basis, but it's just really soft and, good flavor. Yes, Tab Cola, I remember that. Amish fry pies, never heard of that. Well, Barb, with the magic of the internet and YouTube, I would be right in your living room, no matter where I am. So, why'd you retract your message? The RC's still made though; it's still in business. Don't come to Arizona in the summer. Come in the fall or spring. Well, I forget which area. Jill is more familiar with Arizona than I am, but there's parts that do have like summer and winter, I believe. Whatever part it is, but I wouldn't come there. I wouldn't live in an area that's hot year round. But dry heat I do like, in deserts and abandoned areas and mines, and that place is loaded with them. Come back to Kentucky. Well, I'll tell you, coming from Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania is beautiful in its own right, but Tennessee and down south, it's just a whole nother world. I mean, people are just much more polite and generous, and the cost of living seems to be more affordable down there, and just a lot more to see and do. The Smoky Mountains, I could make mountains. I can make videos until I'm in the grave, just on the Smoky Mountains and trails and waterfalls and tourist attractions. That'd be endless content. Big red soda. Yes, I remember that. Yes, the perfectionist. TOO. Yeah, Colorado I'd like to visit. Don't think I'd ever move there, but another state I like too is Vermont, but winters are brutal up there, but I think it's a beautiful state. I've been there a couple times. Hershey, Pennsylvania. Well, the only thing I would recommend coming to Hershey for is just to go to Hershey Park or Chocolate World. But Hershey itself is not all that cracked up to be a great town to live in. But Chocolate World is nice to go there. It's free admission to take the chocolate tour, dark ride. Hershey Park, if you like coasters, you'll love it. But it is very expensive though. But if you're coming to Hershey, I recommend coming a little bit further and go to Elysburg. That is home to Knoebels, the largest free amusement. Let me try that again. Largest free admission amusement park in America. My number one favorite amusement park. I make countless videos there. You'll never, experience a park like that. It's really, a shady park. You don't have to pay to park. You don't have to pay for anything. You only pay for what you ride. Food is amazing. You can bring your own food. They have old classic rides. They have new state-of-the-art rides. It is such an amazing place. I know people get tired of me talking about it, but it's like my own little Disney World. Which I will be doing a giveaway contest where you have a chance to win to spend the day with me at Knoebels. So if you want to, be on the lookout for that video. Fun Mountain in Gatlinburg. What about it? That video did really popular. It has like 130,000 views already, and that came out like 2 weeks ago. Amazing indoor butterfly garden. Hershey Gardens. Oh, okay. They know what you're talking about there. Yeah, Raven, I mean, I think you're in Virginia, you said, which is not terribly far away. You're only maybe 4 or 5 hours. So if you and your family are ever looking for like a little overnight getaway, they have a camping ground there. I should say campground. You can rent cabins there. You can bring your own tents, stuff like that, campers, but also normal lodging. But that park is probably the most affordable park you ever go to. Weekends is tickets only. During the week is tickets and wristbands. But again, you only have to buy what you're going to ride. So yeah, Lori could vouch. She took her son there after me bragging about it, and they loved it. So, okay, I'm not going to keep the stream on too much longer. We are approaching almost 2 hours now. So, anything that you guys want to talk about briefly, we're welcome to. And I don't think I did it last week, but even if I did, I will also give you guys the opportunity. If you are a YouTuber and you're trying to get your name out there, you could take this opportunity to tell the viewers what your channel is about, what type of videos you make, what you have coming up as far as new videos, new content, giveaways, promotions, collaborations, anything at all. Take a few moments to share it, and maybe you'll get some new subscribers. All right, good night, Alicia. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, you missed me on Sunday, so I'm happy you caught me too. Well, Becky, next time you guys should actually stay right in Knoebels Campground. Me and Mike are going to be camping there probably in May. We're going to book a weekend there, so everything's right in walking distance of the park. All right, good night, Stephanie. Have you ever come up on people while a video on houses that people didn't live in, more just thought? Not really. I mean, I came across a squatter once or twice, but that's about it. Good night, Pam. Jake, do yourself a favor, man. Get yourself a new phone and start doing some live streams. They're a lot of fun. Do the lives stay up for a while? Depends on what type of live it is, Jessica. These ones don't stay public, but they do go under my Sunday Night Live playlist as unlisted. So if you ever do miss one of these Sunday night streams, you can just go to the playlist. They're all listed there. Chow Time episodes do stay up as public videos. Paranormal live streams do stay up. But if I do like a really late night stream or just something random like driving around or whatever, those will stay up for maybe a few hours. Mike's pushing for it too. Thanks, Karen. Good night, Melissa. We didn't approach them. We only heard them in there, and we backed away and came back another day. All right, Scott, have a good one. Probably see you on a late night stream this week. Thank you, Christopher. Mary, it's called Prism Live Studio. PRISM. Prism Live Studio. And all you have to have is an active account to link to it. You can stream on YouTube, Twitch, and some other platforms, but Prism Live Studio, it's on Android and iOS. I guess Barbara had a misspelling again. I see another message retracted. Well, Mike, you could have came with me and stayed dry and saw some old ruins. I mean, that's what happens when we don't communicate properly. All right, Jennifer, good night. Thank you for hanging out with me. What was the stream you go on phone live? Yeah, that's the Prism Live Studio. It's a really fun app to do too, because you get to put different filters on the stream, masks. I use that stream. I'm using it right now, but since the phone is over there, I'm over here. You have to be facing the screen to touch it to do all the fun stuff on it, but it's pretty cool. You can share photos on the stream. You can share videos, music. So I like to use it more often than the YouTube app. And the quality is much better too. It's HD quality all the time. Well, the good thing would have been good mic if I was with you. I probably would have got on film, so it would have made it that much better. Jake, just say the word, man. I got a pretty flexible schedule. I make my own schedule. So you ever want to film, if you got ideas down your way, up here in the middle, like I said, if you're coming up on the 25th for our paranormal investigation, we definitely meet up beforehand or the next day or whatever. So just keep in touch. Like the old farmhouse videos. So do I. Thank you, Renee. Can't flip it around from the desk. That is very true. That might be detrimental if you can't flip it. All right, guys. I am going to bid farewell. I'm going to try to get some normal sleep tonight. Since I was out on my feet all day exploring, I actually did get pretty tired. So I think I will fall asleep before midnight, thankfully. But everyone that tuned in tonight, thank you so much for watching, hanging out with us. We had a great time, as usual. Everyone that sent me items, Barb and Dana, Carla, Larry, and make sure I don't miss the other one here. And Maria, thank you so much for the items that you sent to my P.O. box. Always so much fun opening those up. And whoever did a super chat, I believe there's 2 individuals. I don't remember your names offhand, but thank you so much again for the donations. Everything goes right back into my channel to help make new and better quality content for you guys. So tomorrow will be a new uploaded video. It's going to be another cool exploration video. It's going to be a second video with Cliff, because we did do 2 videos together the one day. He released both of his already. This will be the second one from that day. And we're going to be checking out an abandoned coal breaker and some really cool ruins and equipment and stuff like that. Longer video is going to be premiered probably 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, you're welcome to tune in, chat with us in the chat while we watch the video, and just have a good time hanging out. So, and probably, obviously without a doubt, sometime this week, I will do a late night stream closer to midnight, and we'll hang out and probably talk about food. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.